Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Game God Fluent, bringing you episode 3 of Let's Play Loren, the Amazon Princess. Blindly, of course. Hope you guys are doing well and ready to see some more Amazon Princess. So far, it is very interesting in my opinion, and we're about to get into a fight. So, be careful. After this battle, the party won't have enough time to heal automatically, so you'll start the next one in the conditions you win this one. It's recommended that you save your game now. Review your party setup before proceeding. What in the world? Where's our party? Really? All those other dudes? Those two others? This seems odd, because they sure have a lot of HP for what we're up against here. Yeah, a whole lot. We don't have any special abilities to use, really. Let's hope we kill. Nice. Oh, that's bad. She's staggered. Go ahead and defend. And let's go ahead and attack. Oh, staggered and slowed. Target speed is reduced by 25% for the duration of the effect. How do I move you up? Back up again. Switch position. And attack. Dang, I'm down to 51 HP. He's staggered, okay. Knockdown. Did not work. Yikes. Let's go ahead and kill that one. Let's go ahead and restore 25% of her HP. Or at least 50. Would be a lot easier if we had our full party here, which I was expecting to have. Okay, before we end this combat, let's restore another 50. And for some reason she fell behind. She's scared. Target's defense value is reduced by 25% for the duration of the effect.
Let's move on.
Alright, we won. Tough one though. Padded cap and standard longsword and 56 gold, and I leveled up. Well, Saren leveled up. No skill points, but let's get a point of strength, a point of skill, and another point of skill. Very, very good. After the first wave finished, Draco and Dora bust into the room. Princess Loren, Saren, what's all the ruckus? We heard noises and came as quickly as we could. You're a bit late, actually. There wasn't enough time for their conversation to continue, though. A new group of enemies started to materialize before them. Their forms seemed to solidify before their very eyes. Saren tensed instinctively, knowing that there was sorcery at play. Huh. The adversaries that had materialized were none other than a few goblins and a giant hulking overlord. It's Grob! The goblin shaman who captured you? Yes, be careful. His magic is very powerful. Not even one tree tall. Magic schmagic. We can handle a few greenies by ourselves. Dora pulled out a short bow and an arrow. Indeed. Boss fight, Grob. Review your party setup before proceeding. You in the back, and you in the back. Oh boy. Wow. Okay. Goblin Scouts, Warriors. Should we start off by going for Grob? Probably. What is that? Fire damage. She can aim shot too. Can't attack him. Whoops. We can attack the one in front. Fireball. Very nice. Not doing much damage, which we like to see. Oh, burning. Earth damage. Burning reduces target's attack value by 20%, lowers fire resist, inflicts 21 damage per turn. Paralyzed and staggered. This one's staggered. We can attack on him. Oh, it's paralyzed. Let's go ahead and drink a minor potion of healing. Good thing we did. You're paralyzed. Maybe give her a minor potion of healing. Go ahead and... Oh, you're paralyzed too. Dang. Defend. Let's go ahead and kill that one and get to Grob. Fireball. Very nice. Fire damage. He's staggered. Let's fire on Grob here. Huh, she can't attack in the back row, so we gotta shoot him. Alright, let's actually use a potion. A potion of medium health. They're defending. Keep going for Draco. She's paralyzed. Go ahead and defend. Draco is also paralyzed and staggered. Defend. Fire at Grob, who's almost dead. Grob defends. May not matter. Boom. Oh. That one took a hit for him for some reason. Attack. Grob healed. Let's go ahead and drink minor vitality. Pretty intricate little fight here. There we go. Boom. Oh, that one was guarding him or something. Fire and Grob. Earth damage. Got this one pretty well under control. Oh, we've got Grob front and center here. He healed again. Fireball. Paralyzed. Defend. Stone form. Oh, that's what he's casting. Dang, paralyzing everybody. Grob does not go down without a fight. You're paralyzed, right? Come on, let's take out Grob. Ah, 1 HP. Die.
Why are there imbeciles everywhere I go?
There we go. Festive Mirrors. Cloth Armor. SP regen 1 and HP regen 1. 2 magic. -2 speed, 4 defense, and Staff of Storms. 8 damage, 3 magic, SP regen 1. Very cool. We've got some level ups for Dora. She's an archer type. She's got Flaming Torch. Oh no, this is what she could get. She has Aimed Shot, which I don't even see here. She has Camouflage 1, increases the character's defense value by 15% for 3 turns. Sneak Attack, target needs to be... I can't check it over there. Needs to be something. Staggered, I guess. Yeah, hit single staggered target for 110% base damage and 110% accuracy, with 30% chance of causing scared for 3 turns. Pinning Shot. Hits single staggered target with 125% normal damage and causes paralyzed condition for 2 turns if the enemy's not a boss. And then we've got these other ones. Let's go ahead and get the Pinning Shot for paralyze, I think. Which is going to open up. Oh, Rain of Arrows. Hits single target for 100% damage and enemies around him for 50% of his damage. Snipe. Target needs to be whatever those are. Hits burned, frozen, tired, shattered, or poisoned target for 40% of target's actual HP, if not boss. We'll get into that, but let's go ahead and get Pinning Shot. And 1 skill, 1 will, 1 skill, and then Draco. He is... Oh, we didn't check the class. Hunter. Mage. Mages fight using their intelligence, wisdom, and of course their magical powers. They are limited to wearing only cloth armor and cannot use most weapons except for daggers and staves. In the battlefield, they are usually relegated to the back row because of their low health and defense. Their spells, however, affect a larger area, damaging several opponents at once. Mages have a very wide range of specializations, ranging from druid to necromancer, making a mage the most versatile class. And he's an elementalist, a mage who specializes in elemental spells. They can control fire, water, earth, and air magics and use those elements to cast area of damage spells on their enemies. The only magic school that they cannot control is dark magic. In Mage, we've got Concentration 1, passive, increases character's maximum spell points by 10%, which would open up Haste, increases target speed by 30% for 3 turns. Clarity, increases character's spell skill points for regen by 100% for 3 turns. Cure, cures 1 ailment. Tranquilize, decreases enemy anger value by 33 points to prevent an overdrive. Fireball 1, which we have. Blizzard 1, hits target with water damage for 300% of caster's base attack. 10% chance of causing frozen for 3 turns. Same thing as Fireball, really. These are all the same, except for Phantom Form. Transform target into a half uncorporeal being, increasing the defense by 50% and speed by 10%. Lasts for 3 turns. So lots of nifty abilities. This would be cost 25. And need 2 more time, and this hits the entire row rather than AoE. 250% of caster's base attack and 20% chance of causing burning for 5 turns instead of 3 turns. That's pretty nifty. I'm going to go ahead and get concentration. Increases points by 10%. Let's go Will. Alright, can we check you again? No. Alright, 141 gold. Very nice. After a series of attacks from the party, Grob finally gave up. The creature collapsed, struggling to breathe. You've lost. Do you have anything to say before I kill you? Just one thing. Grob lifted his staff and growled an incantation that cast a spell over the entire group. Draco had no time to protect them with an anti-curse, and the group was instantly paralyzed. Loren struggled against the spell, but Grob's sorcery was too much even for her. You may have managed to defeat me this time, but this is far from over. I have another surprise for you. Let me go ahead and save. The dead goblins and thugs whom the group had killed were changing form, turning into what looked like city guards. Though they were in a pool of blood, the guards' uniforms were unmistakable. We're in serious trouble now. I do hope you like humans, Amazon Queen. You're all going to rot in the Empire's prison now. Oh no. Grob disappeared, fading into thin air just as he had appeared. The screams were enough to alert local guards to come running to see what had happened. This is bad. Blast that Grob, he's foiled me again. You think I'd know better by now. We have more to worry about right now. Halt! Lower your weapons! Despite the demands of the guard, Loren had no intention of surrendering. She tried to resist as the soldiers swarmed around them, shouting obscenities. But it was futile. There were too many of them, and soon everyone's hands were shackled behind them, and they were pushed through the streets to their fate. Unhand me at once. Cease your struggling, wench. Wench, you will die this day. Your Majesty, no. Fighting will only make us look guilty. Just let them take us in. I promise I can get us out. You promise? Dwarf's honor. That's nonsense. You can't promise to get us free from a jail cell. Yeah, I can. I bet you 10 gold I can. A guard pushed Saren forward harshly, and he stumbled forward with a groan. Listen, I can cast a flash spell to blind them all right now. It'll give us more than enough time to escape. We can take horses and seek refuge with the elves and druids. They're friendlier than these guys by far. What are you guys whispering? Shut up! After the guard moved back to restraining Loren, Saren inched back to Draco and Dora. But the Empire... Oh, those guys? Puh. Bunch of big meanies, really. They'll just enslave us, you know. No trial or anything. But we can escape right now with my magic. This was the key decision that rested upon their shoulders at that late hour of the night. While their journey was still just in its early stages, the importance of this choice was unparalleled. But they had to make the decision quickly, and that is exactly what they did. Oh. Oh, man. Run to the elves. This is actually a big decision. Let's go ahead and escape from jail, I think. don't know. 1 second, guys. Alright, and I'm back. Let's see. I'm going to follow Dora's plan, actually. Because I don't think we should run to the elves. That's just going to sidetrack us, if anything. Let's go ahead and follow Dora's plan. As much as it hurt her pride to do so, Loren was convinced to surrender to the guards. The party was captured and locked away in a prison. Dora informed them that she couldn't free them as promised since it was more difficult than she had originally thought. Oh boy. As time slipped away, the tensions between them were starting to mount. Loren wore an imperturbable expression, but Saren was not nearly so calm when trapped behind the bars of a jail cell. Dora! You don't have to shout so loud. I'm right here, you know. You haven't been able to get us out of here like you promised. Don't you have anything to say for yourself? We were counting on you. And somebody owes me 10 gold pieces. I'm just saying. Calm down, I'm working on it. I didn't think they'd use this type of lock. You were just going to lockpick us out? I thought you had connections or wiles to talk ourselves out. You're just a common thief, aren't you? Hey, don't go throwing around that word so lightly. I may borrow things without permission and forget to give them back, but I am not a common thief. This lock is just unpickable, is all. I trusted you, and now we're in here to rot. All of you, shut up. Saren jumped slightly as he looked over to where she was confined. I am sorry. Just because we can't escape by the method we originally wanted doesn't mean we can't still escape. Do you have a plan? I've been thinking non-stop. I may have something, but it will take some coordinating to execute properly. It doesn't involve killing, does it? I hate killing. Gets all over my robes. Oh, buy some new robes, you dunderhead. Stop bickering for 2 minutes. Her Grace has something to say. Dora and Draco grew bashfully silent. What is your plan, Your Majesty? Loren's eyes met with Saren's as she looked at him like he was more than just a slave for the first time. It's risky, and yes, it does involve killing. Oh, drats. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to rot in this jail cell for much longer. I have to find my mother. Loren closed her eyes for a moment as she returned to her thoughts. We can kill the guard who brings our food and uses keys to unlock our cell. We'll also steal his weaponry, and then we... Before her thoughts could continue, the sound of guards' heavy footsteps echoed down the hall. Everyone in the party came to attention and looked up to see an old man surrounded by several armored men. He stopped in front of their cell and waved the men to leave. Saren surveyed the man curiously, knowing full well that he had to be a mage. He wore a wizard's hat and carried a magician's staff. Saren watched with a flicker of worry in his eyes as the old mage eyed Loren intensely. She looked as though she were ready to spring into action at any moment, but the expression of the old man was imperturbable. Good day, young foreigners. Who are you? You're very direct for a prisoner, young lady. But there is no reason for me not to introduce myself properly. My name is Apollomesho, and I'm the Archwizard of Grimoire. So what do you want with us? Well, your group is a very unique bunch. We don't see a collection of individuals with such a diverse background in these parts. Loren looked suspicious of the old man, but she remained silent as she listened to his explanation. Since you're all quite unique, we have a proposition for you. Would you be interested in hearing our offer? I doubt we have very much choice in the matter. This town's council is willing to forgive you for the trouble you stirred up if you will help us with a very urgent matter. There is a precious artifact that we are trying to recover, but all of our attempts to get it back thus far have been thwarted. The Empire is in search of the only known holy sword left in existence, the Ember Blade. It is said to be atop Mount Kronos. But that mountain is in Elven territory. That is correct, young one. The only way of access is to pass through the Elven territory, which instantly creates a complication for us humans. The elves prohibit anyone from the Empire on their lands, making it impossible for any of our squads to go. And, young travelers, that is where you come in. You think they would let us pass because we're not all humans, correct? That is exactly what we hope. Since your group is small and of mixed kind, we are hoping the elves will think that you are simply travelers, rather than on a mission for the Empire. So you just want us to go to the mountain and retrieve the sword and then we're free to go? Yes. Easy peasy, almost too easy. What's the catch? The journey to Mount Kronos is not an easy one. The forest has many dangers, so the elves will not be your only threat. The mountains themselves are home to the mountain dwarves, snow goblins, and other hostile creatures. Dora frowned at his comment, but Loren interjected before the dwarf woman had the chance to say anything more. I'm looking for my missing mother. That is our priority and why we came to this town. If your freedom is not incentive enough. It's not. Ahem. Well, as a member of the council, I can make use of all the resources available to me to find your missing loved one. I may even personally know her whereabouts. What is your mother's name? Loren tensed. Queen Karen of the Amazons. Silence fell for a few moments after she admitted the truth of their mission. Apollomesho didn't seem to be surprised by her statement and instantly drew up conclusions in his mind. He nodded in response. I can most certainly help you. The surprise reflected in Loren's eyes was clear. Are you serious? Do I have your word? Yes, you certainly do, Princess. I will be glad to assist you, if you first accept my task. Loren hesitated for a moment, a war of thoughts pulling back and forth in her mind. Before she nodded somberly. I will accept your mission then. We will venture through Elven territory to retrieve the artifact for you. New quest, the Ember Blade. Help Apollomesho retrieve the Holy Ember Blade from Mount Kronos. Wonderful. I will be accompanying you, of course, to ensure that everything goes as planned. You mean to make sure we don't run away? You could say that. Oops. Loren looked over to Saren, a glimmer of excitement reflected in her eyes. This will still be good, though. Any help is welcome. I'm sure you'll be a valuable asset to our group, Sir Apollomesho. We will await your instruction. Of course. I'm glad that you have accepted our proposition. As long as you keep your word as well. You need not be concerned with me keeping my word, nor about me slowing you down. I can tell already. My magic sense is tingling just looking at him. He is definitely not as harmless as he may seem. I'm sure traveling with a lot of you will be a memorable experience. Aw, someone thinks I'm memorable. What did I tell you, Your Highness-ship? I told you I was special. You are special, but not in a good way. Why'd you have to say it like that? We already have a magician. Are you any good with that there magic staff? I did not become the Archmage by chance, if that's what you're asking. Good enough for me. The more help we have, the quicker we can get this over with. Agreed. When do we leave? Tomorrow before dawn. I'm sorry to say that I cannot free you from the dungeon until that time. So, sleep as well as you can. We have a long road ahead of us. Alright, new quest. Review your party setup before proceeding. Apollomesho. Someone's got to go in the front row. I guess the Archmage, maybe? No, I guess we should put Dora up there. Loren's walk was noticeably more forced. To Saren, it was clear that she was unhappy with her situation of being forced to do a man's chore before getting his help. However, her silence told him that she was willing to do it for her mother's sake. Careful, we will still be traveling along the outskirts of the Elven Forest. Keep your eyes out for hostiles. You think they'll just start attacking us? I wouldn't put it past them. The wizard said it with disgust, glaring at the trees. Saren walked by Loren's side silently, heeding Apollomesho's warning against his better judgment of the elves. But he had heard movement in the forest nearby. No one revealed themselves, but it put Saren on alert just the same. The skyline of Mount Kronos formed in front of them, and it looked like a perilous climb. Apollomesho urged them to keep up a quick pace, however, and Loren did not argue. The last of the trees were about to be behind them when Saren heard noise from within them again. He spun around. Between the trunks of the trees stood a few elves with their weapons drawn, closely guarding their home. The elf in the front raised his crossbow, but the other elves pulled at his shoulder. He seemed reluctant to retreat back into the forest, but he did. Saren. The group had not stopped and was about to go on without him. Coming. They had passed through the elven territory unscathed, but an even greater challenge was before them. Meanwhile, in the northern border of the region, an evil force was crafting sinister plans. The party was still innocently unaware of this creature's actions, but it was only a matter of time until that would change. A heavily armored, mysterious being sat on its throne, comfortable in the hot room despite the volcano's lava flowing so near. This evil thing's name was Faust, a name that would come to be spat and whispered in fear. He looked up to see Jewel, his servant succubus, approaching him, swaying her hips back and forth. Your news? Karen has been taken care of. Good. Any complications? Her daughter Loren is looking for her as we speak. She is a very determined woman, so I doubt that she will give up searching easily. Before he could respond to her, Grob came forward to kneel before him. My lord, I have returned. It's about time. I have come bearing good news. I have taken care of Loren and her party. They are now imprisoned in a human city. Were you really able to capture them that easily? Yes, my lord. Jewel frowned and crossed her arms. She knew that Faust would not like the news, but she could not keep it to herself. But they aren't in prison, not a one of them. Faust's gaze was indiscernible, but the air was thick with tension in the ensuing silence. Care to elaborate? Exactly that. They are not in prison. They're waltzing around freely. Grob simply scoffed. Even if they aren't, they've been dealt with. My plans are going perfectly. It doesn't matter which side they end up on, or where they are right now. They are going to trigger a war between the humans and the elves, just as we wanted. Tell me again how Loren's involvement in this will help us. She was supposed to be imprisoned. Simple, my lord. They will be at the heart of the conflict, not us. We will be able to begin our invasion freely, and there's a good chance that Loren will be killed in the struggle between the two warring races. They will be distracted fighting against each other, and with their unusual group, fatality is nearly guaranteed. Faust remained silent, considering the explanation carefully and trying to calculate the potential repercussions and what could go wrong. Grob's plan wasn't entirely foolproof, but it did sound surprisingly thorough considering who had crafted it. I want to check, sorry to interrupt the flow. Okay. I approve of these plans. Let us see how far they succeed. And they had better succeed, Grob. Do I make myself clear? Transparent, my lord. Can we at least send someone to watch over Loren and her party? They've gained a new ally already. They could be more dangerous than we think. You speak the truth. Make it so. As I have said before, you do not need to worry. I have taken care of that matter as well. What do you mean? As I said, my lord, there is already someone watching over them very closely. Everything will go according to plan. I have made sure of it. For your sake, it had better. Interesting stuff. Alright, we are heading to Mount Kronos. I guess we could head to the camp first. Let's go ahead and talk to Loren. Do you think we can trust Apollomesho? I rarely trust anyone I've just met, but the Archwizard does unsettle me more than usual. Are you fearful of magic? I am comfortable with magic, but he is a very important wizard to the Empire, which means he'll always have their agenda in mind. What I fear most is that he'll try to use us as puppets for his nation's schemes. I don't like being used. Neither do I. but we're bound to him for now. And it infuriates me to know that my mother is out there somewhere, but I am trudging through the snow by his orders. We would not have been in that jail cell if that creature had not made us look like murderers. I will make sure that goblin dies particularly slowly. Joking. To be fair, we also wouldn't have been in that cell if Dora had kept her word. I will not dwell on that, neither should you. I wasn't being serious. Oh. You should lighten up sometimes. Lighten up? What does that even mean? Sort of like the opposite of that. What? Never mind. Talk to her again. You had mentioned before that your mother was very private. Were you close to her? That is a very personal question. Yes, mistress. Loren shifted her weight and looked away. She is the queen. She was busy. Of course she would not have time to confide in me. I am her kin, and so I must be taught to be strong. Babes who need coddling are weak. She has made me a very strong person, and I have no regrets. Saren could not help but catch the glimmer of sadness in Loren's eyes, but she masked it well. And you did not need a mother as well. Saren had been told that his mother was a respected Amazon scout, but he did not hold any memories of her. Like all male Amazon children, he was raised in servitude rather than as a citizen. No, ma'am. And it shows. You are the stronger for it. Saren almost bit his tongue from speaking his mind, but Loren seemed in a tolerant mood. I don't think family ties weaken us. I believe they give us ultimate strength. Loren slowly turned to stare him down. She blinked. For you, maybe. Not for Amazons. Her body language made it clear that the discussion was over. Okay, break camp soon. Let's talk to Dora. Oh. Dora, you said you could get us out of jail. I know. Sheesh, haven't you made me feel awful enough already? I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I just want answers. Want to know if I can ever trust you again. Look, okay, I totally thought I could get us out of there. I've done it loads of times. I wasn't lying to you. Friendly? I know you weren't lying. I just think you shouldn't make promises you can't keep anymore. That put us and Loren's mother in danger. If I don't take your word on things in the future, you know why. Aw, please don't be like that. They put us in a weird cell with a weird lock, so I couldn't pick it. Your entire plan was just to pick the lock? And I was going to sneak you guys out. You may be small, but the rest of us aren't. If I could take it back, I would. Sorry and stuff. We're here now, not in jail. Can't we move on now? Oh, poor Dora. So, is it true that the big lady is a princess? Yes, of the Amazons in the West. Wow. Dora's eyes glimmered. Does she live in a big glittery castle? Lots of gold and such? Not particularly. The citadel is made of stone. The royals prize fur and pelts above weak metals. Weak? Gold and silver are precious metals. They're pretty and sell for tons of coin. Yes, but the Amazons have no use for a metal they can't make a weapon out of. Gold is rather soft. I guess that's true. How boring. So it's just all about war with her, then? Joking. Yup. Oh, that's a drag. But she'll still, get me my reward, right? She does have something cool to give me. Amazons make excellent bows. I think she'd give you one of their best. A new bow. I think I'd actually like that. Okay, sounds good to me. Well, that's just my guess. But Dora was already daydreaming about her new weapon to be. Anything more? When you said you couldn't leave Grimoire because of your job, you never said what your job was. Oh, yeah, I suppose not. Saren waited for a follow-up, but Dora didn't continue. Well, what is the job that you left behind? Oh, nothing really, just, transporting goods. I was a transporter. Aren't you a little small to carry much? I've carried stuff twice my size, but I usually just carry really important things, so it's not too much to handle at all. Friendly? I'm confused. What exactly did you transport? Just things. Pretty things, shiny things, expensive things. And where did you transport them to? My home? Dora, did people know you were taking their stuff? Saren gave Dora a disapproving look. Look, I know it sounds bad, but it's not. I ain't a thief or anything. I'm just in the business of collecting stuff. Really cool stuff, no matter where it is. What? If there was a cool vase in some ruins, no one would get huffy about a researcher taking it. If it's in someone else's property, it's not yours. Dora pouted. I knew I shouldn't have told you anything. Oh, hi again. Alright, let's talk to Draco. You call yourself a fire mage, but why not practice the other elements as well? They're no fun. Fire is what's fun. Any particular reason why? Fire's warm and cozy, and also deadly and unpredictable, and pretty to look at. And you can do this. Boosh. Did that explain everything? I can't blame you. Fire is very interesting. Right. Ice, wind, and all that other stuff has been around for forever. And even if you don't want it to, but fire is special. Even volcanoes only go boom every once in a while. Yes, now that you're around, we can have fire whenever we want. Draco snickered with pride. I have to know something. Why did you follow Loren and me to Grimoire after we saved you? Follow you? Follow, he says. Follow indeed. Okay, yes, I followed you. And? You two obviously weren't from the Empire, but you were heading straight for its biggest city, and what happened was totally what I thought would happen. You were worried about us. Why didn't you just warn us? Hey, you didn't want me around, remember? I'm sure you could have at least mentioned it without earning Loren's complete wrath. That's not all. Anyway, I liked you guys. You knew I was part elf and you didn't care. I don't understand. Is that very peculiar? Well, yeah. You were a human in Empire territory. I was surprised I wasn't dragged into jail. What? Why? It's the Empire's favorite pastime. That's really horrible. Yeah, but when I'm with you guys, I don't really fear all that stuff. Saren wondered just how bad his experiences had been with people, that Loren's actions toward him seemed welcoming. That old guy is a bit seedy, don't you think? Apollomesho? Why? He's got those eyes, the mean ones. He keeps staring me down. Is he? I hadn't noticed. Well, I do. It's the look all imperialists give me. It's like they can just sense the elf in me, like that's a big deal or something. You are probably just imagining things. I really wish I was, you know. Draco cast a wary look at Apollomesho across the camp. He's looking at me right now, see? Draco left to go hide. Nothing's new with me. Alright, let's talk to Apollomesho. You are a human, correct? You do not look like a child of the Amazons. I am half Amazon. You look full-blooded. Odd. My father was an Empire soldier. What? How did that even come to pass? That is unheard of. You can apply for citizenship when we are next in Grimoire, and file grievance against these Amazons. Their behavior has gone unchecked for too long. What do you mean by that? You just informed me that the Amazons had imprisoned a man, and it is unfortunate that it has waited this long to come to light. I wonder how many more soldiers we have lost to them. Consider yourself under my care now, and you will be returned to the Empire where you belong. Joking. Nah. Pardon? I said nah. I don't want to. Do you realize what you're refusing? You are asking to remain a slave. Hey, buddy, I'm a servant, thank you very much, and I do a blasting good job at it, too. You cannot possibly be so foolish as to throw away your freedom. My mother was an Amazon, in case you forgot. I can't see my father anymore, but I can see her, even if only secretly. So be it. I have a query for you. Yes, sir? Tell me about that one. Saren saw the wizard gesture towards Draco, who was wolfing down his second plate of food by the fire. Draco, he's a fire mage we found on our way to Grimoire. Draco. Draco? The ancient elvish word for Drake, Grimoire. Polymesho muttered to himself as he stared at the fire mage with an increasing glare. What are you saying? The old man shifted his gaze back to Saren, but gave him only a brief look before walking briskly away. Huh, so his name is actually Draco. You're an archwizard. What does that mean? You ask the most insultingly simple questions that I have ever been subjected to. But I do recognize you are not from the Empire, so I will help eradicate your ignorance. I am a member of the Council in Grimoire, which is the head of government for the entire Empire. I represent the Wizards Guild, and therefore all of wizardry. So, are you the best wizard? I believe you will find that quite subjective. Joking. So, no. You are testing my patience. I have more important people to be involved with, if you don't mind. Okay, no personal quests. Loren. Let's check out the party screen. I don't think we have any gear. Oh, we do. Right, we have the standard longsword. Oh, this is a cool, comparison thing. Let's go ahead and give you the standard longsword. It's an upgrade. And the Staff of Storms. You've got an old quarterstaff. And the Staff of Storms is 8 damage, 2% critical hit. 3 magic, SP regen. You know what? I didn't check your actual skills. Oh, he starts with none because of our playstyle that we're on. Archwizards are usually the oldest mages who have become extremely powerful through decades of training their magics. They are similar to elementalists because they have spells that inflict area damage using all 4 forms of elemental magic, but they're also able to regenerate nearby allies' hit points. And he's got Paralyze 1, hits single target with normal damage for 100% of caster's base attack, and a 75% chance of causing Paralyze for 3 turns. Nice. And Dora's class. Hunters are masters of attacks from a distance. While they can fight using small weapons at close range, their real strength is attacks from afar. The bow and arrows are the hunter's best friends, and they can use the camouflage skill to hide, and then strike their opponents using a wide range of attack skills. How do I do our formation again, I wonder, because I want to put maybe Draco up front and give him the Staff of Storms. +2 magic. Critical hit, defense, SP regen. Yeah. Staff of Storms. And can I use the standard short sword? I have a short sword. No. It's worse. Then we've got a padded cap. Oh, what are you using anyway? You have a Polymesho's wizard hat, 5 magic, 4 defense, 1 speed, 2 SP regen, 1 attack, boots, 2 defense, cloth bracers, 3 defense, a vest, 6 defense, -1 speed, 1 threshold, cloth shawl, 2 defense, and an old quarterstaff. Let's also give Draco the Vest of Mirrors, probably. +2 magic, +1 HP regen, +1 SP regen, -1 other speed, and -2 defense. But I think that's going to be probably an upgrade for him. And probably can upgrade. Oh, he can't wear the, it's medium armor. Can you wear medium? No, you have a polymeshless hat. Leather helm. Yeah, you can wear the padded cap. Very nice. Still have some potions. 346 gold. Let's go ahead and save and see how long we've been playing. 50 minutes, so I'm going to say thank you for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you'll continue watching. I would really appreciate you guys to continue the series with me. We're having a blast thus far, and this game is just getting better and better. Really enjoying it so far. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Much love, peace, and joy. Hope to see you guys next time. Take care, and be back with more. So long.